Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If I sound a bit fed up, it's because I am. I had started filming part 2 of March's colour along. Here it is, and this is how far I'd got. I haven't done too much without you. I'd done these, I'd given the swan a bit of colouring and started on the hair and this flower. And my camera tripod fell. How, I don't know, because it's clamped to the wall, but fell, knocked the camera, and I lost the entire footage. I suppose it could be worse because I could have done a lot more. So I can talk you through the colours if that's okay. I'm so sorry, people. I'm gutted. So we were using the Derwent watercolours, and for the swan, just to add a little bit of colour in the darkest spots, I used French grey. So that was for the swan. I'm so sorry. It gave me such a shock. And then when I couldn't retrieve the data, I was like, oh, do I even bother filming now? So for the thistles, I used Imperial Purple, Dark Violet and Light Violet. And then I took the dark one away, and I've been using Dark Violet and Light Violet to do her hair and this flower. So I have activated the flower, but all I've managed to do before the stupid camera thing, the camera gate happened, was just to do the reeds coming up from her hair. And this I think I'm going to do in a brown or an ochre colour like the branch. So I'm going to bring you in. I can only apologise. It was just devastating. I was just thinking, thank God, you know, I hadn't filmed the entire thing and then lost it. So I will get my husband to look at what is going on there and why it would have come off the wall. So all I have done is coated it in the light violet. That's all. And then I'm going to pick out the centre with our dark violet. So I don't know what is going on with our beautiful colours calendar, but it seems that it's destined for something to go wrong, and I love it so much. It's just tragic. It's awful. So I'm just picking out the dark bits here. I'm going to do a little bit in there, and then I will do the rest in pencil work, in dry pencil. So yeah, oh, well, not a great start. I just feel so bad. There we go. Oh dear, these things, people, they are sent to try us. They are sent to try us, I swear. Okay, so I'm going to just activate the light violet. I'm going to bring that round. Clean off my brush, and then I'm going to blend those together. Yes, it was very sad, very tragic. And then I did think to myself, you know, should I even post it now, or should I just do a community post and say I've lost the footage, here's the finished picture? But I figure that it would be better to carry on and just tell you what I've used than to ditch it all, because you guys have been following me, you've been so lovely, and we haven't missed it all. So I did have a question, which is a very valid question, very good question, but it did set me thinking. Why use watercolours and then go over it with pencil? And it's a very good question, and the simple answer to that is you don't have to, but I'm not practiced at using watercolour pencils at all. In fact, this is my first time of using them properly in a book or wherever that I yeah, properly, so that I really want it to turn out. So and watching Zucchini Kitty with her, she does the most incredible work with her Albert Duras and Polychromos. I wanted to play. So here I am. So what it does do is give you that wonderful definition to your picture, because watercolours can be quite pale, but they can also streak when you're doing it. So the going over with the matching pencils takes out any blotchiness. We've got a little bit down here, this little curl. I'm going to put that dark violet in there. And just because it's good fun, really. That's what art is all about, isn't it, really? It needs to be good fun. If it's not good fun, what's the point? So, I hope that answers the question. Just because. Just because we can, and it's good fun. But mainly, I'll do that rest of that bit in pencil, but mainly just because you can build up definition over the top. Okay, so that's exactly what I did with this flower here. If you can see, I covered it all in the light colour and then just put a few bits of the dark. I went round the centre with the dark and then just activated it. So the same with the swan. On the beak bit that you see, because that will be black or darker, I used just two colours. I used gunmetal and silver grey. So that was for that part there. And then the swan, I just did the dark bits in the French grey. So I hope we're caught up. Gradient here, I did the darkest at the bottom up to the light. And that's as far as I've got. So I'm so sorry, people. I really am. God, it's heartbreaking when these things happen. So, these flowers. I'm thinking pink. Pink, 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 pink is what I'm thinking. We've got purple and we'll use pink for these. So, I'm going to take rose pink. I'm scared to death of moving the camera now. And I am going to cover the whole thing in rose pink. It's a beautiful subtle pink colour, it's lovely. And then we'll jazz it up with a darker pink. And then with pencils we'll do the rest. So it's a lot quicker as well than, if you can imagine, especially using Derwent Artist, if you can imagine me trying to do this layer and layer and layer with the Derwent Artist, we would be here forever and a day. So I've now got a coat of that rose pink just over all those other flowers. And then I'm going to take Pink Madder Lake, which is not that bright, but it will be enough of a difference. So I'm going to take the shaded areas and I'm just going to put some of that in. Not too much, because I don't want to overwhelm that lighter colour. Just where the petals are darker. And then hopefully my friend Amazon should be here shortly, because my YouTube money came through, which has been held back because of taxes and things. I had to fill all the forms in. And so I've got a bit of a haul coming. And it's very exciting and I can't wait to share it with you. Some books and some supplies and Happy Mail. So I think I'll do it in maybe one video. So if we concentrate on this big rose, then you'll know how I'm going to do the rest. So I've just put that Pink Madder Lake in the darker areas. I'm just going to make sure with my scruffy bit of tissue that my brush is clean and I've got water flowing, which I have. And I'm going to go from the light pink into that Pink Madder Lake. And like I say, I will deepen this up with pencils. but I don't want them to be an overwhelming part of this picture. So put that darker in there. And then when we bring the pencils out, we can deepen all this up and even add more colour if we choose. So I need to do a picture with watercolours. I really do. I'm enjoying it. How many of you would like to see that? You know, I don't want to do something you don't want to watch, but we'd have to pick a book that watercolours work in, wouldn't we, to do that. Should we just do this other one here quickly? So I've got the pink Madder Lake, and I'm just picking out the darkest spots. Yeah, let me know if that's something you'd like to colour along with me. I can give it a go. Oh, one thing while that's popped up, that's just reminded me, I've had a lovely subscriber, and I won't mention names in case they don't want to be publicly named. I mentioned in my last video that I was really cross with spam flipping comments, and having things posted, comments posted, even replying to some of you on my channel that I wouldn't want to be associated with in any which way, and quite disgusting things, quite frankly, sometimes. But one of you posted and said to me that you were actually reporting them too, because it wasn't just happening on my channel, it was happening on a lot of channels. So I thank you so much for that. And there's just so many of them out there that are doing these flipping spam emails about dirty things, inappropriate stuff, hacking things, and you know, I don't want that on my channel. I don't want that anywhere near my channel. So if you do see it, please don't be afraid to report it. They won't know that you've done it. But these people should not be allowed to just come on and, you know, you come on my channel to watch something as beautiful and peaceful as colouring, not to be bombarded with horrible things. Rant over, people, rant over, yeah. So don't be afraid if you see it to report it, because I'm working, obviously at the minute I've got Easter holidays coming up, like I said, but they won't know that it's you, and I've been busy, and you know, I don't get to my notifications or my messages straight away. I do answer every single one of you personally. I don't use that, you know, there's a tool where you can answer messages with just sort of a generic answer, but I don't. I answer every single one of you. So, well, I don't know what, I'm rambling now, I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, so I don't, what I'm saying is I don't always see them straight away, and that really bugs me, in case you couldn't tell. Alright, let's have a look at the leaves. Now, we got lots of greens out from earlier. We've got cedar green, and we've got, where's olive green? I love that colour. Olive green. So, what I think I'm going to do is take olive green. Let me just see. I'll deal with that in a second. I'm going to take olive green, and what I'm going to do is base the bottom of it and leave it there. And then what I'm hoping to do is drag it up so it gets paler as we go up. And then again, if we want to add more detail, our pencils can do that. So that's my plan, is to do dark at the base and then let that olive green come up pale. Love this colour. There we go, and we can use the water to drag that up to the ends. And I think we'll put on these little buds, look, I think we'll put the pink Madder Lake. So, pink Madder Lake, so the darker of our two pinks on those little buds. And carry on with our leaves. my gosh, do I sound like a moaning old woman? It's just suddenly dawned on me that it sounds like I'm ranting and raving. I've lost the footage, I can't be doing with spam, blah, blah, blah. Shut up, Lucy. I'm going to do the... No, I won't. Okay, let's activate those and see what we can do with these leaves, shall we? See if it works. Okay, so if I put water here with a clean brush and then go up into the green. And hopefully we can bring that colour out. So water here, grab the green, and drag it up. Oh, I did it the wrong way around. Let's get that water on there, otherwise it won't spread properly. So we just get a nice gradient of the same colour. Isn't that clever? Okay. I did it there again. Bring that colour up. Then with our pencil we can always use the olive green, but we could introduce, say, you know, a more yellowy green in there, brighten it up, or just leave them as they are, but they will dry lighter. Probably could have done with a bit more colour on there, but that's what our pencils are for. There we go. Oh, could you see that? I hope so. Okay, leaves done. Let's come out and have a look. Okay. That's what it is so far. Now I definitely want some more colour on the roses, and obviously here we've got the little bits in there to do. Let me go off and get the colours that we need, that we've used to match, and if we need any deeper colours in the pencils, in the artist, and then I'll come back and we'll put it together. Alright, see you in a second. Okay, I've sorted some colours out. This is my experimentation look. It's just, oh dear, never mind, we will get there, people. So, I've got the flower colours out, the hair colour out, swan colours, and the little bit for his nose. So, let's focus on the hair. If I bring this up and we come in, try and keep you, hang on, we'll come out a little bit, there we go. So, we've got much more definition here. This was the bit that I did before the unmentionable happened. So if we go in with light violet, come on. In fact, let's just show you all three, otherwise we're going to be here forever. So we've got dark violet, imperial violet, and light violet. So I'm just smoothing, I'm going to smooth this over. I still can't get over how beautifully they work on a rougher texture. Okay, so I've smoothed that over. Then I'm going to take the next darkest one, which is the imperial purple. I'm going to build that up, and I'm going to put some flicks of texture in there. Not too much. And then that bit's a little darker, so we'll put some in there. And then just going to run the dark violet in, so like here at the base. Put some of that in, and some texture with the dark violet. deep around there, up the centre. Alright, and then I'm going to go back in with the middle colour, which is Imperial Purple. I'm just going to lightly just bring that out, that colour. We'll do the same round this bit here. So I'm going in with our lightest colour, which is the light violet. Then our middle colour, which is Imperial Purple. And we're going to put some, bring out that, take away that black. Just bring in some of that definition. And then the very darkest purple, I'm going to flick that, can you see? I'm going to flick that in. And in here, I might do a bit at the base and bring that out. And in there. There we go, then take the middle purple again. I'm going to come down with that. Okay. Then we've got these little curl bits. So, darkest one first, which is the dark violet at the base of the curl. Do that one, it's too teeny. Then the middle violet. I'm going to do all that one in the middle violet. And then dark to light on this one, because there's a bit more to it. The middle one. There we go. Oh. There we go. So that's how I'm going to do her hair. And I will go over the, I might go over those just for a bit of definition. Then we've got this swan. And I've got two colours here. Now the colour I coloured him with was the French grey. And I'm going to use this beautiful colour, Parchment, just to help blend that in. So if we look at his head for a minute, we've got indication that he's dark here, so I'm putting this French grey in. Just let that go. Just let it fade out. Around his beak and his eye. And up here. Sorry, with my hand in the way. There we go. And here, that's much darker because he's in between things. Around here. In here. So I won't carry on and do the whole body because it will take us forever. So then I'm going to take the Parchment. Oh, my phone, I do apologise. Take the Parchment and then I'm just going to, it's a much paler colour, but it's got a sort of yellowy hue to it. So it will just help us to bring that, without overwhelming him with sort of browns. It will just give us a bit of colour. And we can leave the centre parts white. There we go. And then go back with our French grey and just blend over that. So That's all I'm going to do for his body. Just so he's got a little bit of tone. Okay, right. Beak. I have got ivory black and gunmetal. So at the base of his beard, where's that come from? At the base here, I'm coming up and let it fade out a bit. And then we're going to do the same on this bit. And let that come up and fade out. Okay, I'm just going to layer that, go over that again, so it deepens it up. And then I'm going to take the gunmetal and fill that in. Just so it's not flat black. Yeah. Then I'll go back over with the black, bring it out where I feel I need to bring it out a little bit further, anywhere a bit deeper. I think the underside of their beaks as well, I like that. Let me just click on my image that I had. Yeah, so the underside of the beak comes down as dark there, and then eventually we'll meet the orange. There we are. I'm faffing. Okay. There's that. So that's how I'll do his beak. I might deepen it up, go over it when you don't have to sit and watch me do it all. So the flower down here, we had, this one was the violets, so I'm going in with light violet. I'm going to cover the whole thing, smooth it out and give it that richer tone that we want. Just anywhere that I feel might need just a bit of smoothing out, or even a bit of colour that I might have missed. Okay, then I'm going in with the dark violet, and I'm going to pick out all these delicate bits that I don't do with a brush. Going around these bits, giving it a bit of colour. Okay. I'm just following Kelly's lines. I'm not trying to be artsy fartsy because I can't, but just following Kelly's lines. I'm just giving that colour. And where a petal falls underneath another one, I'm just giving it a bit of shade, so it doesn't look like a flat drawing. Now, then we've got the really deep one, which is the Imperial Violet. No, that's not, it's the middle one. Sorry, that was the darkest one, so I'm just going to go back over that and bring that in. It's a much sort of pinkier tone. So I will just play with that and blend that, let that blend in. Oh, the gift of colours, people, isn't it wonderful, eh? That we have the pleasure of our hobby. That's going to be darker in there. Okay, bring that down a little bit. And then just play with those colours until you're happy. Add some more of the lightest colour and let it build up in the areas you feel it might need it. There, okay, so we've got pink. Let's do the pinks. Same thing, I'm going to, should we focus on the big rose we did together? So this is same colours, but I've got a deeper one this time. So I've got pink rose, rose madder lake and pink madder lake. So I'm going over with the rose just to deepen up that pink. Then I'm going to take the middle colour, which is pink madder lake, and where we put that with watercolours, I'm bringing that in, letting that fade out. So in here, and here, just everywhere that colours put those darker lines, and then just let it fade into that very pale pink. Okay. Darker in the centre there. And there. Alright, now the darkest colour, which is Rose Madder Lake, we're just going to put in the very deepest areas. Oops. This should just give us that hint of how the petals lay, how they sort of cross each other and build up into make that beautiful rosebud or rose, what's the word I'm looking for, layering. These are just beautiful, delicate colours that work really well together. So, there we go. And then I'm just going to go back over with our lightest colour and just blend all those in. There we go. Okay, so that's how I will do the roses. Actually, let's see. Right, I think, let's come out. Right, what's left? Look at it. Isn't that lovely? Surrounded by Derwent. It's like the things dreams are made of. Right. I'm going to go off camera and finish those. And thistles I think I'm going to leave as they are. And I'm quite pleased with how that watercolour blend came out. They look smooth. And then I'm going to select the colours for this. The lily pad, those feathers, and then finish the swan. We'll do his beak and the little bit here and the tree. Not actually, it sounds a lot, but it won't be, I think. But the next time I come back on, we'll be able to sort of finish it off, and then I want to do the background with you, and I want to use those gel sticks, you know, those gel things, crayons, gel crayons. Sorry folks, right, I'll go off, finish doing this and we'll meet back up. See you in a second. Okay, we have a few bits left to look at. So we've got this branch that comes up here. We've got the lily pad that he's sitting on, little branch here. And then we've got the feathers. I'm not sure what to do with the feathers. So, the beak. Let's have a look at his beak. I've got just 2 colours. And I've got the pencils ready out. So I'll put those to one side. So here are the watercolours. Let's come in. Okay, I'm going to try and shifty the book. There we go. Oh. Bear with me. I'm sorry. It got stuck on the tripod again. Right, so I've got 2 colours now that you can see me. I've got Crimson Lake and Spectrum Orange. So that should make a good contrast to our fish. So I'm going in with Spectrum Orange. And I'm going to bring that up just a little bit at the bottom too. All the way up the beak. Make sure I've got a good coat of that on there. And then I'm going to put the Crimson Lake at the base. Like that. Okay. I'm just going to go back over with the Spectrum Orange. It seemed to like that bit of paper. I'm not quite sure why. There we go. That seems a bit better. Right, I'm going to put those there for a minute and let's activate that. Get my piece of tissue. Make sure my brush is clean. Okay, we're going from the Spectrum Orange. And we're going to bring that up into that beautiful red. Just going to clean my brush. I don't want any of that black to come into this. There we are. Okay. Just going to bring that down. There we are. And then we'll just activate that orange in the bottom of his beak. There we go. One streaky beak. Beach, is that? Let's play with that a bit more. Okay. Let's let that dry. Now, the lily pad, we'll do that since it's in shot easily. I'm going to do again with that gorgeous olive green, and I am just going to coat it because I don't want to take away from the frog. I'm going to do it as we did before. I'm going to coat it and then bring it out to very, very lightly, like that. And we're going to use that as a gradient. Now we could add a different colour if we felt we needed to, but I don't want the, like I said, I don't want the frog to be toned down. So I'm going to use the ability to fade the water out, fade the watercolour out to our advantage so we get a different shade. There. Around his bum. A bit deeper there. Just going to get lighter and lighter just so there's the lightest touch on the page. Around here. There. And then we've just got, oh gosh, could you see that? Just got this little bit. So here's the darkest. And then I'm just going to almost into nothingness. Okay, Let's activate that, see how that comes out. Right, is my brush free of red and oranges? It appears to be. Right, so I'm going to, like we did before, I'm going to wet this part and I'm going to drag that green in. So that becomes our lightest part. So this is just our olive green. And then we're just going to use that, drag that colour in. There we go. So we just get a natural gradient of that beautiful green colour. Like that. Okay, I hope you can pick that up. And in here. Just clean your brush off if you think it's got too dark. This is dark, so we want that. There. Did it do any between his little toes? Clean my brush off. And just bring that in. Now if we then go in with our olive green pencil afterwards, we can really make those bits dark. But so that they stand out even more. Okay, there. So one little lily pad. Right, we need to look at this branch. I'm going to come out just because I know I'm going to lose you. So, I've got three colours, three of the watercolours here. If we focus on this piece, so I've got from darkest to lightest, I have got, right, camera in a bit, here we go, I've got Van Dyke Brown, raw umber and raw ochre. Okay, so I am taking the lightest colour and I'm going to run that over, which is our brown ochre. Can you see? I'm going to bring that all the way down to her hairline. Then that will meet our little froggy's legs, our little froggy's toes rather. And I just have to move the book up a bit, this bit too, so by our face. So that is our brown ochre. Then the next colour we've got is raw umber. So I'm going to start, let's start filling in where the darker parts will be. Just around here. I don't want it to look like wood, I just want it to look almost like, you know, seaweed, or, you know, some kind of water plant. So I'm filling in where Kelly's given us the dark. And I might actually leave it at these two colours. And then do pencil to fill it in. Because it's quite a small space and I don't want to drown it with dark brown. Okay, shall we activate that and see what happens? Let's come out slightly just so you can see what I'm doing. Right, water brush. Let's see what happens. Okay, so let's do this piece. Oh, that's lovely. What beautiful colours. Are you with me still? Yeah, I'm going to do the Van Dyke brown, the dark brown. with pencil. At this stage, I don't want to risk ruining it. Are you still with me? Do I have to move you up a bit? Here we go. So this is our dark bit. I'm just going to activate that, clean my brush off, and then blend with the light. That's quite cool. So different tone to what we've got, but sticking with that sort of ochre-y, rather not sticking with, but the orangey colour will blend with the ochre without it being too similar. Okay, I think that looks quite cool. I like it. Then we've got another little bit round here. We've got another little branch in here. So I'm taking the brown ochre and filling that in. My friend Amazon still hasn't arrived. I don't know what's going on these days. Letting me down he is. No, I'm joking. They are on their way. But isn't it, do you find yourself refreshing the page over and over again? Like, refresh, refresh, where's my parcel? Especially when you're excited about stuff. I'm so impatient. So I'm just going around the edge with that raw umber. And then we're going to activate that. Clean my brush off. And bring that in. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do the thistles in the olive green. So I'm going to actually I'm going to take the actual pencil, where, if I can find it, people, if I can find it. Sap green. We've got all these greens out. Mineral green. Bottle green. Oh my goodness. Oh. Why can't I find it? Olive green. Okay, we'll do it with the watercolour, so you're not sitting here for a fortnight trying to wait for me to find a pencil. So I'm using olive green, the same as we did, and I'm going to make these green. And these bits too. So I'm going to have that dark, and then we'll drag that colour in. Green there. We're so nearly done. Okay. And then we've got the stalk too. Right, what else is there? Anything else? Yes, I pulled out just we haven't tried the artist straight on the page. So, you see his little head thing there? I've picked 3 colours. And they're just straight Derwent artists. I'm not going to try and paint them. So, jade green, turquoise green and water green. And it's such a beautiful combination, but I thought it would just give a bit of contrast. So I'm going in at the base with the, oh look how well they work, with the jade green. That actually works really well, doesn't it? Jade green, then turquoise green, and then this gorgeous, gorgeous water green. It's absolutely stunning. Look at that. Just wanted a bit of difference there. How cool is that? That looks cute, doesn't it? Nice combination. Beautiful colours. And they actually work quite well on this paper, so without the water even. Okay, so I've got this coming up here is now going to go into green. So I'm still using that sap green. If I can ever find the pencil, it would be wonderful. Olive green, sorry. We're going to do the same thing. Bit of consistency on the page. Same thing as we did before. I will activate those. Oh, you couldn't see. I'm so sorry. Look, I'll do it here. Same as we did before. This is going into green now. I'm just doing the base and then I'll activate it and drag that colour in. Okay. Oh, there's a few here, look. A couple there. And that'll look nice against the ochres. Then in the centre, oh, that might be my friend Amazon. Do bear with me. Yes, that was my friend Amazon. Oh, so exciting. Right, the centre of this flower, I want to do the same as we've done that. So we had brown ochre and we had raw umber. So brown ochre, raw umber again. And we'll take the brown ochre and put that in the centre. There we go. Raw umber just around the edge and the bottom. And then we can put some Posca dots in there if we choose. Okay, let's activate that. Now being quite careful about bringing that darker colour in. I don't want to overwhelm it. There we go. That's that. What else have we got left to do? I'll activate those off of camera. And we've got these wings. Now, if I come out and we look at this whole page as a whole, so we've got the greens from the frog and the peacock. We've got the golden fishes, which we've still got to add some detail to. And we've got the pinks and the purples. And purple up here too. What does that leave us then, really, to bring up? Maybe we could do them in the blues. We could do them in those peacock blues. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Right, where are they? Just trying to pull all those pencils that we had. We had that, but we also had the grass green, didn't we? So we had... Yes, we did. I remember. It was beautiful. So let's come in. I'm just trying to do this with you so that then I can just let the page dry and we can finish it together. So, we had Oriental blue, Kingfisher blue, light blue and grass green. Okay. Did we? That was his body, wasn't it? Okay. Alright, well let's try it. Let's do it. Okay. So I'm going to do a grass green. We're going to be brave. So I'm going to run a bit of grass green up this edge. In fact, we'll just do it all over. That should just help to give us like a turquoisey hue. Grass green, then I'm taking light blue. Should we come in a bit closer? Here we go. Light blue. And we're going to run that up. And in there. I'll bring that out a bit. Okay. Then we've got Kingfisher blue, gorgeous colour, and we'll do that as well. Let's stick close to the centre. I don't know what this is going to turn out like, people. Just praying. Okay, Kingfisher blue. And then the very dark oriental blue, which is absolutely stunning, and we are just going to run that up the centre. Okay. There. Right. Oh, fingers crossed. Let's go for it. Right, is my brush activated and working? Yeah. Alright, let's go for it. Let's try here. So this is that grass green, and then we put the blue. And then we're going to bring that... I'm going to leave the centre out. I'm not going to try not to touch the centre. That grass green seems to have overpowered most of it. But we can put the colours on with pencil. Let's try dragging that blue in. Oh, that's better. There we go. If we drag the centre blue in, that seems to help. Okay, let's do this. The two green. But we can put blue pencil in there, so that'll lift that. Goes quite well with the peacock and that though, doesn't it? If we then put the blue in. So, we'll do that. Okay, right, come out. There we go. I am going to activate the reeds. And what else did I have to do? Finish the feathers. I think that's it. And then we just need to do the centre there. So I'll get those colours ready, finish this, then we'll finish the page together, people. And then I can clear up. I'll see you in a second. Okay folks, so I've done the shading and I've finished up. I filled the swan's eye in with the same colour we did in the centre of this flower. I think that was it. Oh, the feathers turned out okay. I just used a little bit more blue, and I haven't gone over them with pencil. I've just left it because I quite liked it. And I haven't gone over the lily pad either, but I might at a later date, so you're not hanging around forever and a day. Last thing we've got to look at, if we come in, my camera's not going to get stuck again, is these little centre sections here. So, we've got, according to the picture that I've got in my hand, we have got a very dark blue centre, which I'm going to use Prussian blue, which is 3500. Just let refocus. Let's do this one, shall we? So the darkest bit is in the centre, so the Prussian blue, and I'm not using the watercolours, I'm just going straight in with the artists because it's so teeny tiny. Okay, so I'm just going to let that build up. So that beautiful dark blue in there, that's Prussian blue. Then for the ring outside that, I'm taking light blue. Oh, what is with my phone and everything today? I'm taking light blue. I'm going around that. Doesn't look great, does it? I wonder if we need a little bit of a brighter blue. Let me have a look. I did do some tidying up, so it should be easier to find one. I want something a bit more shocking than that. I don't know if I've got anything more shocking than that, really. Let's try putting the outside edge on, and then we'll see. So I've got these two colours, mahogany and brown ochre, which is 6450 and 5700. And round this base bit here, I'm doing the mahogany. That might lift that blue. I'm going to come round and let that, just flick that in. So I think maybe I need a darker centre. So I'm going to bring that round and just flick that in. I don't know what I was expecting. I wanted a bigger contrast than that. Then I'm using the brown ochre and I'm going to bring that together. Okay. I'm just gonna flicking some more in, and then I'm going to use that brown ochre just to kind of tone it down. I like that. It's just that, can I get that centrepiece darker? That's the question. There we go. Just want that contrast there. What do you think? It's not brilliant. I'm not overly impressed. Maybe stop faffing. Yes, stop faffing. Right, I'm going to take my Prisma Black. I'm not going to compromise. And I am going to do her lashes. And I'm going to do her eyebrow. Like that. Now, on the fishes, instead of adding red, I'm going to put black in those deepest parts. And I'm going to leave it at that. I think I have a tendency to overwork things. Now, you could put darken his eyes up a bit. You could put red in and it would look very good. It would look quite cool. But at the moment, just for the ease of the video, I'm not going to. I might just round there a little bit. And I've put some black in there so you can see the difference there. So it should give us a really good don't overdo it, otherwise it kind of like get rid of your orange colour that you've already put in. But that's all I'm going to do. It's just a bit of black. Bit of black Prisma there. Okay. I need to finish those off. Let's come out again. I need to finish those peacock bits off, but I can do that off camera, which I'm not happy about. But nevertheless, it is what it is. So I've got a Posca, which is just 0.7 mils, and it is just plain brown. And I am just going to highlight those little dots that we've been given in the centre of that flower. Oh, come in, sorry. And then the centre of this flower too, look. My thumb's not in your way. There we go. Bubbles. I'm going to take this bright blue, this light blue, and for the bubbles, I'm just going to go around the base. And then just let it fade out. Nice and simple. There we go. Bubbles. You couldn't see any of that? Oh, I'm so sorry. Right, bubbles here. So just around the base. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So, let me come out so you can see those bubbles there. So I just around the base and then let it fade out. Actually, these pencils work really well on this paper. But they work amazingly on that cartridge paper. So if I show you the difference, if I get that piece of cartridge paper I've been using as my scrap. So there's our bubbles, and if I then do it, look, that's the difference. Look at the colour difference. Can you see that? If I lift that up to you, look at the difference. It's this, yeah, just need a bit of tooth on the page. But it does build up, you just have to be patient. And I don't want you sitting here for a million years. Okay, right, out we come. Let's have a look. So, I am going to just colour those off camera. And I actually might use a felt tip to go in. I might erase that actually. Will it erase? Let's see. Yeah. To a degree. There's still a bit of shadow there, but it has erased. So, I might actually, for the centre of that, use a felt tip. But I'll let you know. Right, I'm going to clear some space, get ready to do this background that I've been shouting about. And I will see you in a second. Okay, my lovelies, I had a cunning plan and I've changed the peacock bits because I just wasn't happy. So if I come in, and I can show you then that I used these colours along with a Prisma black. So I used indigo, which was a much better choice. Why I didn't pick that in the first place, goodness only knows. Kingfisher blue, a little bit of the emerald green, brown ochre and Prisma black. So now, to get the really deep colour that I wanted in this tiny little centrepiece, let's come in a bit, I go over it with the indigo blue, and then I still felt that that wasn't dark enough, so I took the Prisma black and I'm just going to, round the bottom edge, leaving the top, put that Prisma black on, and then go back over it with our indigo, which gave me that kind of deep colour that I really wanted. So then Kingfisher blue, this is such a beautiful colour. So I'm starting at the bottom, and I'm going to bring that round, ease off slightly with the intensity at the top. There we go. Now, then I brought in the emerald green. We had used that in the picture. So I'm just lightly bringing in that emerald green. Then I'm going to take the brown ochre and I'm going to go over that. So more intense at the bottom, and then I just brought it up. And that I was much happier with then. I had to faff, and it had to be the last bit, didn't it? You know? Okay. And if you've got to this far following me today, thank you for watching. It does mean a lot to me, and it does help my channel out if people are watching all the way through too. Right. Okay. There we are. Now, background. I promised you I wanted to do a background. Where have I put the little beasts? Here they are. I did these on a alternative to Neo colours, but they also work beautifully dry, and they almost come out like distress inks. So these are the colours. You get 36 in here. If you want to check out my video, I'll try and remember to put a link at the top in the corner. So these are the colours you get, and this is just a really clever tip, and they're so easy to use. Now we've got purples, oranges, pinks, but not a lot of blue. So I'm thinking, shall we go in with some blues? So if I go with the lightest first, this blue, And I've got a set of these brushes. I know everybody will have seen them. They're makeup brushes, but you can get them in packs from Amazon. And I use them for pastels, distress inks, all sorts. And you can get, like, they even come with these teeny tiny little ones, like this. So you get a long, thin one, and you get a teeny tiny one, almost looks like a baby toothbrush, you know, or electric toothbrush. So they are stained, but I've taken if you just take a tea towel and take any excess colour off, they will clean up. So these work a little bit like lipsticks. They are a little bit like gelatos. I can't think of anything tonight. So, and they roll up. And they don't have colour names, unfortunately, because they're only $7.99. Now I'm going to take my brush and I am going to coat it like this with the crayon. Easy as that. Hardly any use, still got a great point on it. And I'm going to put the lid on because you know what I'm like, I'm a big klutz. So I'm then going to take our scrap piece of paper that we've been messing with, or I've been messing with to get this picture right, and I'm just going to make sure that I haven't got any harsh edges. Okay, and then I'm going to bring you in slightly, not too far, but just in enough so you can see what's going on. Then I'm going to lightly start brushing it on the page. And the colours build up really quickly, they're awesome. So we'll start with this light blue. And I'll use the smaller one to get in the smaller spaces, but look how quick this is. And just keep going around, and you kind of get that distressed ink look. It's so clever and so easy. Really easy. I hope you can see that. And then I'm going to come over to this side. And I'm going to do the same here. So these are water soluble. But I just find this an incredibly easy way of doing things. So if I turn the page sideways and we do it at the top as well, I'm just going to put a little bit more. So if I hold it up and show you, I'm just running it over the edge of the brush, at the end of the brush, like that. Put my lid back on my lipstick, and then, not my cloth, I'm just going to make sure I've got no harshness, and then we're going to start again. Just start rubbing that in the page. Isn't that clever? And then we'll take the little one to do the rest of the page. And you almost get, I hope you can see this, almost get a distressed ink look. So for all you wannabe zucchini kitties like me, this might be an alternative, you know. So I'm just giving that blue a good once over. Just put a bit more on my brush, and if you like pull it up so that you can get an even coat on there, it works better. You know, pull the lipstick up. There we go. Just want to take off so that we don't go in ham-fisted as I do. And then you can use that same colour to go backwards and forwards over it. I'm trying to fit it all in. Backwards and forwards over it. Deepen it up until you are content with the saturation on your page. And it will just deepen up. Okay, so I've now got these teeny, let's try it with the teeny tiny brush. So taking my lipstick, rolling it up, and I'm just going to check that's clean actually. Yeah. rub it on the end. And so I'm hardly using anything. So it's a really good economical way. So I'm just taking off, oh, it's quite a good job I tested it. There we go. So let's try these little teeny spaces, shall we? So like in between the peacock here, around his beak, and the little frog's legs. That seems to work. How cool is that? Am I in focus? Does it keep going out of focus? And over here. Oh, that's the swan. Oh, never mind. Then, let's try another colour. Let's deepen up those corners even further, shall we, so that blue stands out. So, that was our pale blue, which as you can see had really quite a good saturation on it. Shall we go dark or shall we go put the green in? Let's try the green. Okay, I have to make sure the brush is clean, so I'm just rubbing it on that scrap page that I've got. Okay, let's take this like watercolor green, gorgeous, and we'll do the same thing. Rub it on my brush. Put the lid on. And I'm just going to apply that on the page. They are really good colours. For a pack of pens, a pack of these water-soluble crayons, for £7.99, absolutely perfect. Really, really good. Okay. I'm just going to pop off for 2 seconds. My husband's just come in. I'll be back in a second and we'll do the final touch. See you in a sec. Hey guys, sorry about that. Right, where were we? We were putting this green on, weren't we? Okay. So, do I need any more or do I need to... Quite a big blotch there. Yeah, put a bit more on. Let's come in. Just a bit. I don't want to have to keep... There we go. We'll put it on. Just coating the brush. Oops, wrong way. Put the lid on. And I'm just literally on the paper, just making sure that I've got rid of any of the harsh bits. And then we'll go in. And you see, here, I went a bit heavy-handed, but you just keep working at it and it'll blend out. Aren't they amazing? Absolutely incredible. Right, a bit more down here. Got a bit of a blank spot there, put that lovely green in. Right, one more thing. So this is the, wouldn't even be able to pronounce that. They're 36, and if like I say, I'll try and remember to put the link in to the video where I reviewed them. That's what they look like. They are incredible, and especially with these little brushes. They're just makeup brushes. They're just so versatile. The things that we could do with them: stencils. We can watercolor with them. Right. Anyway, enough faffing. So I have got Dovecraft 3D pearls. This is like liquid pearls, but Dovecraft. I'm going to try and see if I can find a colour. Yes, here it is. Pastel blue. And on her face, she has got, if we can come in a little bit, can you see those circles? They look like little bubbles. And I've got to finish that. But so I'm just going to put this pastel blue, I'm just squeezing it at the edge of the circle, and then I'm just going to use the tip to mush it in. It's gone back up the tube. There we go. Don't want it to stand up too much. Got a little one there. And a little one there. There we are. So then we could have put them on those, but I've coloured them now, so we'll leave it at that. Okay, let's come back out. In, out, in, out. There we go. So, March calendar complete. It nearly didn't happen, folks. So I've just got that to finish and I'm done. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. I love colouring this calendar. And fingers crossed that next month's, April's, I have no issues. For the last 2 months, yeah, well, anyway, it's here and I'm really proud and pleased with the results. And I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow at some point with a haul video to show you when my friend Amazon comes again. So until I see you then, take really good care of yourselves, guys. Bye bye.